The Rake Remastered. Some legends say there's a creature out there, tall, pale, and inhuman, lurking just beyond the tree line. In The Rake Remastered, you and other players are dropped into a pitch-black forest where it roams. Your flashlight barely cuts through the darkness, and the only goal is to survive the night. The Rake doesn't stalk you constantly. Sometimes it disappears for minutes, letting your guard down, before lunging from the shadows. It's a masterclass in using quiet moments to make the scares hit harder. 19. Apeirophobia, the backroom's creepypasta in Roblox form. Apeirophobia is about being trapped in endless, unsettling liminal spaces. Yellow-tinted hallways stretch forever. The hum of fluorescent lights fills your ears, and somewhere in the distance, something moves. The fear here is psychological. It's the dread of being lost in a space you can't escape from. And just when you think you've gotten used to it, the entities appear, and running becomes your only option. 18. The Mimic. Japanese urban legends meet Roblox horror. The Mimic throws you into a world inspired by ancient curses, ghost stories, and twisted folklore. Each chapter feels like its own haunted tale, with unique monsters and terrifying jump scares. The environments are gorgeous, yet disturbing. Dark temples, misty forests, and narrow corridors that make you feel trapped. What makes the Mimic stand out is its unpredictability. You never know if the next turn will bring safety or your doom. 17. SCP-3008. An endless IKEA, but the furniture isn't the problem. In SCP-3008, you're trapped inside a massive store that never ends. During the day, it's oddly peaceful. At night, the employees come out. These tall, faceless figures want you gone, and they'll keep coming until you hide or die. The surreal setting makes it one of the most unique horror concepts on Roblox. 16. The Intruder. You're alone at home. The lights flicker, the phone rings. Something is inside the house. The Intruder is all about that primal fear of being hunted in your own safe space. You monitor cameras, listen for noises, and hide. But the longer the night goes on, the bolder it becomes. The feeling of vulnerability here is unmatched. 15. Doors. Hotels are creepy enough when they're abandoned, but this one isn't empty. Indoors, you explore a seemingly endless building, moving from room to room while avoiding horrifying entities. The game forces you to listen carefully. Some monsters only give a tiny audio cue before they strike. Hide in closets, stay out of sight, and pray you don't see eyes staring back at you from the darkness. Doors is proof that minimalism in horror can be just as effective as complex storytelling. 14. Rainbow Friends. It starts like a fun school trip, but the bus takes a wrong turn. Now, you're trapped in a rundown amusement park with colorful, mascot-like creatures hunting you. Rainbow Friends has a disturbing children's show gone wrong vibe, mixing bright colors with genuinely unnerving character designs. Each friend has its own hunting style, forcing you to stay alert at all times. It's deceptively creepy, the kind of horror that hides behind a smile. 13. Judy. Hollywood glamour turns into a nightmare in Judy. You explore abandoned movie sets and theme park attractions once dedicated to a famous actress, but something went horribly wrong. Animatronics glitch, shadows move when they shouldn't, and the deeper you go, the more twisted Judy's story becomes. This game nails the eerie atmosphere of a place frozen in time, with its mix of broken rides and sinister secrets. 12. Spectre 2. If you love ghost hunting games like Phasmophobia, Spectre 2 is your Roblox equivalent. Armed with EMF readers, spirit boxes, and a small flashlight, you investigate haunted locations trying to identify what's haunting them. The tension builds slowly until a door slams shut or the ghost's whisper brushes past your ear. The best part? The longer you stay inside, the more dangerous it gets. 11. Forgotten Memories. Abandoned pizzerias. Animatronics that shouldn't move, but do. Forgotten Memories takes heavy inspiration from Five Nights at Freddy's, but adds a multiplayer twist. Each night, you and your team must keep the power running, manage doors, and survive the animatronics' patrol routes. The claustrophobic rooms and flickering lights make every second feel like borrowed time. 10. Dead Silence. Based on the cult horror film, Dead Silence is a short but effective scare ride. You investigate the legend of Mary Shaw, a ventriloquist who, let's just say, didn't have a happy ending. The atmosphere is oppressive from the start, and the pacing makes sure you're never too comfortable. By the time you reach the final twist, you'll wish you never started. #9. Break In. It starts innocent. You and a group of strangers take a bus to a cozy house. The night is quiet, dinner is served, and everything seems fine. until the TV news interrupts with an emergency broadcast. A gang of masked killers is loose in the neighborhood. What follows is a mix of scavenging for supplies, fending off attacks, and deciding who to trust. The beauty of Break-In is that it lures you in with a slice-of-life setup before plunging you into chaos. Every decision matters, and sometimes it's the people you should fear the most. #8. Identity fraud, a maze, a shape-shifting killer, and no clear way out. In identity fraud, your enemy can literally pretend to be another player. That means paranoia is constant. Is the person next to you a friend, or the thing hunting you? Add in the strange, surreal visuals, and you have a game that messes with your head as much as your survival skills. #7. Alone in a dark house. Part murder mystery, part haunted house exploration. Alone in a Dark House throws you into a creepy old mansion with dark family secrets and restless spirits. You search for clues, solve puzzles, and try to stay alive as you uncover what really happened. The blend of investigative gameplay with jump scares makes it both engaging and terrifying. #6. Evade. Imagine being in an endless maze with something chasing you. You don't know where it came from, you don't know what it wants, you just know you can't let it touch you. Evade is simple yet terrifying. Your job is to outrun strange, unsettling creatures that come for you with unrelenting speed. The sound design is key here. The moment you hear the footsteps or distorted voices behind you, your heart starts racing. And when you do get caught, that sudden silence is worse than the chase. #5. It lurks. You're a kid home alone, and something is in the house with you. It lurks takes its time building dread. Odd noises, flickering lights, doors opening on their own. Then the thing starts to show itself. This game thrives on anticipation. The moments before the scare are often more nerve-wracking than the scare itself. #4. Stop It, Slender. The classic Slenderman experience reimagined for Roblox. You and other players search for pages while a faceless, suit-wearing monster stalks you. Looking at him drains your health, and he's always just far enough away to make you doubt if you really saw him. It's a tense, nostalgic horror trip. #3. Bear Alpha. In Bear, you're either the hunter or the hunted. If you're a survivor, you solve puzzles and avoid the monster. If you're the bear, you make sure no one survives. The cartoonish art style hides a surprisingly intense experience, especially when you hear those footsteps getting closer. #2. Piggy. One of the biggest Roblox hits ever. Piggy takes the gameplay of survival horror and mixes it with a strange, twisted children's TV aesthetic. Each chapter expands the story, showing a world where once friendly characters have turned murderous. The thrill is in working together to escape, or betraying your team to save yourself. 1. Murder Party. Part murder mystery, part all-out chaos. In Murder Party, you never know what role you'll get: detective, murderer, hacker, or just an innocent caught in the crossfire. The paranoia is real, because anyone could be your enemy. It's not traditionally scary, but the tension of not knowing who to trust makes it an addictive kind of horror.